imperative in today's world to have an insight into the activities of politics. Some call it the new oil, but it is truly an avenue to serve. Today on our highlights, we take the girls on a ride into politics. After all, politics accommodates both the male and female, and it is never too early to be a part of the system.
Place of women in politics. I keep saying that women are very important. You see, women are the ones who are mothers, partners, and wives. They have a great role to influence our participation in politics. In March 1st this year, we saw the rejection of the gender bills, and we saw a lot of women protesting at the National Assembly in Abuja. Why? Because a whole lot of bills which actually was they wanted to provide for the creation of extra seats, because women's participation in politics is very low. No, women's participation in leadership and governance is very low. Yes, that's the word. Why I took that word back, because I know women play active role in politics, and I will explain that. Women's participation in leadership and governance is very low, and that was the reason why they wanted to create the bill for creation of extra seats for women was actually championed but was rejected. Now we just have 12 women today in the House of Rep against 348 men. Now, if you want to champion a bill relating to the female gender, if you do not actually try as much as possible to lobby and convince those men, do you think it will actually pass? Now, that is the reality. And then when you see a situation whereby women around you who have competence and credibility are struggling to actually get to that figure and actually be an influence of change, you now see the reason why you should actually support them. I keep on telling people that it's not possible for all women to actually get the seats, but you can actually, based on your position, influence other women to climb ladders in business, profession, vocational aspect. Now you're talking about the issue of social empowerment. You're also seeing that a woman will be able to understand that through a woman you've empowered 5 people in a row, because she's going to be there to actually promote and enhance and also aid her husband in actually making the home convenient and actually resources available for both parties in the home, because you see the situation of the economy, the man alone may not be able to provide it all, and you see why women have to come in and step in as leaders that can actually help those people. Because we know that yes, a man is the head of the home, but what about when it does that leadership role crystallizes and there's no father anymore in the house? You now have a widowed woman, you have a divorced woman, you have a single woman who actually now bears the rock in her home. And that's the reason why we need to encourage more women to actually participate in issues relating to leadership and governance. Like I said, encourage more women. We're talking about credible women, women that can be able to speak for a cause, women that can be able to be a voice for the voiceless, and women that can be able to take cause for the society, champion a cause. And today, I'm very, like I said, I'm very happy to see young people championing better Nigeria, better governance across all states in the Federation. And you've been seeing it, a whole lot of drivers been on social media talking about how youths are tired and they want participation. And this is actually to encourage us to actually give it our best. And if all of us keep telling ourselves that, just like Chimada will say, we need to stop the competition, appreciate our uniqueness, love each other more, and support each other more, because we don't know who will be the next. Tomorrow it could be you coming out for the vice president, or the president, the vice president, governor, deputy, and you will just need that hand, that outstretched arm of a woman. And when you go and they're turning you back, then you understand that, oh, it can be this bad. So we all need to have this process whereby we are not about collecting money, but we are about supporting women that can actually be a voice to the women and a voice of change in the society. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The girls have been tutored, and expectations are that knowledge has been grasped. Let's see how much they have learned as they present their manifestos to the judges.
Good evening, I'm Amarachi Ruth Okani, the presidential candidate of United Labour Party. As a presidential candidate of this great nation, one of my goals and achievements is to make this nation a great nation again. It will no longer be a thing of the past that we once heard that Nigeria was the giant of Africa, but that would be something that would be as one of the things going on in the country presently, we would also come back to be the giants of the nation of Africa once again. I have some agenda I wish to fulfill when I become the president of this great nation. In our education aspect, okay, I call my agenda the 7-point agenda because it seeks to address the education, the security, the power, the housing sectors, the healthcare sector, and also there will be gender inclusiveness, and also research and development will be well taken care of. Let me first start to explain my research and development agenda. The COVID-19 has so much opened our eyes that there's a lot a nation has to do in the aspects of research and development. If there is no enough research and development, there will be different sicknesses that will come to sweep away like almost half of the nation if care is not taken. So therefore, research and development should be a very important agenda to be included.
My manifesto, if I happen to be in a chance of becoming a president, instead of me using my money to bribe other people to vote me, to put me in that seat, I rather use it to go to some rural areas that need help, that need support in terms of getting the good living of drinking water, a hospital facilities, and some less privileged that cannot be able to go to school. So instead of me using the money to give people to vote for me, I'd rather to help the community so that they can be able to do a free and fair election, to vote with one heart. They should know that yes, if they vote for me today, tomorrow I will be capable to meet up to their need and give them what they want, give them a better life, instead of paying somebody out there that will not end up voting for you, wasting your money out there to people that they don't need your help and facilities. So it's better I give it out there to a charity people, having a charity home, building, instead of giving them the money at hand, I create a business for them that it will sustain them and give them a better life to live, to know that there are people out there that truly love them. You don't have a political party.
What is your political party?
PDP.
PDP. So, PDP.
Yes.
That's your political party.
That's my party.
Okay.
I'm here to to present a manifesto of if I become the first female president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Firstly, if I'm elected, I will create job opportunities.
Sorry, excuse me, let me take one time. So, if we don't have any party, we just come out. It's like all of it.
Part of the assessment
So-
now.
No, you should, instead of taking us back, you don't have your political party, just
I have.
It's one of the assessments.
I have a party, ADC. And
Go ahead.
the first thing is security. Second on my list is youth empowerment, then creation of job opportunities, agricultural sector, and power, and also the educational sector.
Okay, these are your
Manifesto.
manifesto.
Yes.
So, as a president of this, as a candidate for the presidential election, I would like to improve in the area of agriculture. Thereby, because there are many landmarks in the society, many landmarks, many soils. So, I would like to use those soils that are in the nation to create. I will use it to create green land for green land purposes, and also improve not only in importation and also in exportation, using agriculture as a means, and also in security, so that to make sure that increase in salaries, and also renovation of states to the station. I will pursue through to the Senate to hand over the state to the police, and in the area of empowerment to make sure that the government facility industry are working in the society, and also empower to make sure that there is light in the communities.
Become the president of first female president of Nigeria, I will solve the issue of insecurity. I will empower. I will bring I'll bring empowerment. I'll reduce the rate of criminals in Nigeria. I'll educate a girl child. So this is the reason why they're supposed to vote for me as the first female president of Nigeria.
You are done.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a vision to change Nigeria. Nigeria is a very corrupt country. Firstly, if I am elected as president, first female president of Nigeria, I would like to stop child trafficking. Following the recent event that one of the prominent people in this country took a minor to another country to be a donor for kidney without permission is one of the reasons why I'm moved and motivated to want to work on this agenda. And another thing is infrastructure in the country, especially for electricity. The supply of electricity in this country is really bad, and NEPA, that's the source, has not been supplying enough electricity in this country, and I'd like to also work on that. The supply of water, that's water board, they are not very consistent as well. And insecurity, if I'm elected, insecurity in this country, following the events of the Chibok girls, the Kaduna. Thank you.
Today in particular is a privilege for me to be on this stage because I know my presence is unliked by my running mate. But I'm here to prove myself worthy. I was born and raised in a poor background, so I understand the language of the masses. I'll be sharing what I will do when I become the president of this great nation. Firstly, the healthcare sector. I'll make sure drugs are affordable and easy to access. Health is wealth. If drugs are not affordable, I am a poor president. Yes, that makes me a poor president because the health of my people should be my concern. Secondly, the retirees, I'll make sure their pensions are being paid on time and with due dates, no delays. And I'll make sure allowances is being granted to the old ones that are in the village, that they are not working, because at the age of 80, you will not expect them to start because they are not federal government workers. So at the age of 90, you will not expect them to be going to farms. So I'll place them on pension too. I'll place them on allowance. Thirdly, electricity, power supply. I'll make sure that there is constant light. When we have constant light, businesses will be running 24/7. There will not no limitation on power supply. There will be constant light. I'll make sure one Nigeria, there will be no difference of you being a Hausa man will not be able to work in a private firm or a public firm of a Yoruba man. I'll make sure we are one Nigeria. This issue of I am not from your state, I am from your state, and unemployment too, and good education.
If I become the female president of Nigeria, I will make sure we have good companies to employ our youth, also employ people, especially the widows, and also good security, good education for the upcoming people. Thank you.
I am elected under the New Era Party as the president, as the first women president.
New Era
Party.
So what's the acronym?
NEP.
Okay.
As the first female president, I'll call out for the implementation of the 4-point agenda, which are the free supply of sanitary pads for female genders, a reliable power supply, education, youth empowerment. I will make sure that all these things are being put in place, and also give the female genders the ability to have their own voice in the nation as well.
Female gender, no genders.
Thanks for the correction.
Good journalists. My name is Princess Doki. I represent Kano State. As the first female president of this nation, I will make sure that the security is tight. And I will make sure that I empower the youth. And based on agriculture, not only us importing, not only us importing our goods, they have to be exporting too. And on the issue of education, I'll make sure the education grant is strong. And also the restructuring, I'll make sure I restructure the Nigeria. And power will be on the women's side, not only on the men's side. I'll make sure that the female has their own power.
I'm Ogodo Josephine Chachukwu and Ms. Adamawa. I'm representing the political party ADC. When I become the president of Nigeria, I will invest in the educational sector. I will make it possible for the universities to foot their bills themselves. Because in this country, we have a lot of students that can pay the salaries and the wages and their expenses, the lecturers, their expenses. So there is no point bringing the money to the government and taking from the government back to pay them. I will also invest and establish industries that can foot the needs and the wants of Nigerians so that we can increase our exports and reduce our imports. And this will appreciate our naira and create job opportunities. I will look into our hospitals also and make our hospitals befitting to take care of health issues instead of our Nigerians going out there to treat themselves. I also look into the bills in our hospitals and reduce them so that Nigerians can afford health. Thank you.
Manifesto, political manifesto.
My name is Susanna Abdul of the LP party, and I am the first female president of Nigeria. My vision for Nigeria is to ensure that we do not use crude oil as our sole source of revenue. I have a vision for Nigeria where I will develop the human capital of Nigeria. I will also ensure that we do have two governments, which is the central government and also the geopolitical government, where each of these have their own economy and use it to boost the federal government revenue. Thank you.
Firstly, I will strengthen our educational system in the society. Secondly, I will make sure everyone has equal rights in the society. Thirdly, the issue of insecurity. I will make sure all the kidnappers are being caught. I will make sure we have good roads in the society, and I will make sure that
Okay, calm down. Go ahead. You can read it from the paper.
You should be able to read it now.
You can go ahead on. We will score you the same thing, so just don't overstress your brain. We just want to know your manifesto.
I will make sure we have good health care. I will make sure our education, our agriculture in society, we are able to export, not be importing again in the society.
When I become president, I will work towards finding common ground between the Christian and the Muslim religion. I will bring hope to the hopeless by providing employment opportunities to reduce the rate of crime in the country. And I will provide social amenities like pipeline water, electricity, and road constructions also.
My name is Sarah William. I'm representing Enugu State, and I would like to be the next Nigerian president. You may be wondering why. Looking at my immediate environment about the new JAPA, as a Nigerian youth, and JAPA is the thing that is really, JAPA simply means going to other countries to look for greener pasture or to earn a living. And I looked at, okay, most people traveling from Nigeria to other countries, they usually learn 1 or 2 vocational skills before even moving. Then when they do this, they go abroad. And they're actually living fine. So as the new Nigerian president, if you elect me, I will create a space for the Nigerian youth where they can learn vocational skills. So, and also I will give mentors, because there are a lot of successful business women and men that are ready to groom people, to groom youth through SMEs and to make them learn. So I would like to create a space for the youth, because in our community, in our environment in Nigeria, there's no space for the creative Nigerian. And so I would like to create this. And also, looking at the hours spent in school, I would like a situation whereby creativity will be at its edge in Nigeria. How do I want to achieve this? In secondary schools especially, I would like to reduce hours of learning in school so that people can learn, people can try to be creative, can have time to be creative and to spend time together. So my purpose is to create a space for the Nigerian youth where equal opportunities is given to both genders in order to discourage gender disparity.
I'd love to talk about political agenda and what I would love to be when I become a president.
You don't have a mind.
I'd love to talk about electricity, security, power, and healthcare, including feeding. Food, healthcare center, good road, and education.
Are you done?
It has been an insightful day at the camp of Miss Intelligence. Let's do this again tomorrow as we keep you up to date with Miss Intelligence 2022.
Hello viewers, I'm Rejoice Nadim, a contestant for Miss Intelligence Nigeria 2022. Please, I'm soliciting for your vote as I'm representing Miss Oshun. And please, my Yoruba, you can support me by voting for me, because a win for one is a win for all. I'm representing you. I want to please solicit for your votes. Please keep the votes coming. Always, I need your votes to stay in the house. And I'm representing Imo State. Please, guys, please, vote for me. Vote for your girl. Vote for me. It's your girl happiness. Please, I'm still asking for your vote. I'm still pleading for your vote. Please vote your girl for the next Miss Intelligence in Nigeria. I will. Please, I want you to vote for me. Please, your vote has brought me this far and has kept me. Please, I want you to vote for me. Please, I beg you, please, I need your vote. Your vote has brought me this far. I beg you, please vote for me. Please, guys, vote for me. I'm representing you. Please don't forget. Remember, I'm Miss Ekiti, so please.
I am from Enugu State. I reside in Masaka, Nasarawa State. All of you being from Nasarawa, you from Masaka, it's your girl here. I'm here to bring the glory back to the house. Please vote for me. Your vote has brought me this far. And I also still need your vote to continue and be